Hello. Let's transition this one in. Impromptu stream. Why not? Why not stream? I might as well. Just got some coding to do, so might as well stream. Let's see. We've got Twitch going as well. Twitch TV. Is Twitch working? 55 messages. I got some inbox. Gifted me a 1-tier subscription. Awesome. Somebody gifted me a subscription. I don't know what that means or why, what, but thank you. Thank you, Cookie Bates. Anyway, let's go into create a dashboard and check out stream content. Video producer, community settings, content, stream. Oh, where's my stream manager? Here we go. Okay, we're streaming. All right, so guys, hello. I hope you can hear me. You should be able to hear me okay. Good to see you. I'm just gonna be coding today. Impromptu stream. I'm just working on guess what? A React project. React. I'm actually using a number of tools to help me. I've gone through a number of tutorials and just like quickly reabsorbed as much of React as I can possibly reabsorb in a short period of time. Yeah, so I have a little coffee and we'll just keep going. Yeah, let's do it. Basically, I'm doing layouts. I'm using Tailwind CSS. I've never used it before, so it'll just be me just exploring. Be trying to do things pretty quick. Okay, so what do we got here? We got select the answers here. Where do you choose answers? I just actually asked. I'm using a lot of ChatGPT for some of the just boilerplate stuff like creating arrays and conversions. And, this is just like a basic grid that I needed to set up. So let's format that and let's change it to. Alright, I'd love to change actually the music, but all the music that I've got is like, yeah, React. I've got no music that I can play that I really like because it's all licensed and copyright, so I'm using license for music. I'll try something else. Upbeat. All right. Yeah. So thanks. I am just back into the whole React thing. I just decided to do an impromptu stream. I think I'll try to do more of these, but the other project that I'm working on is really I'm doing this one not so much. So we've got a toggle button. So here, this. See, I've got div. Slide out. I'm looking at the Looking at the flex row. This thing here. Reload. Yep, it's all working. So we got it pretty much done, I think. Close button. To float the video, I want to change this thing to the image. Let's see what we can get for basic images. How do I set up an image on a button? Alright, so we've got assets. But I want to use an image because the font is also be an image. So We'll just call that, it's a PNG file, we'll just call that video background.png. All right, so we've got video background.png. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here I still need to add. Let's add this first. I don't think anybody can actually see much of the code anyway. It's still green. Alright, okay, thanks. Is that better? I'll turn it down a bit. Thanks, 25th. Oh yeah, I've turned down the music a bit. It's like maybe this is too energetic. I don't know. Normally I'd listen to some music, but might be too much. Try a different album. Prime. This might be Celestial Journeys. Yeah. Actually, that's better. Turn it up a little bit. Damn. I think I scared somebody. I scared you people away because the music was too loud. Anyway, let's get back to it. What do you mean did not match your file? Which one? Make it a bit bigger, right? Hopefully that's more readable for everyone out there. It's probably even better for my eyes. All right. Video play background. Let's go back to that question I asked here. That one. Okay, so how do we method extending tailwinds using inline styles for dynamic images? Button style background image and then the URL. Method 1. Just set the BG. Method 1, using Tailwind CSS background image utility. Okay, just use BG and the URL. Back to our video play component here. Button, class name. We don't really care so much about optional content. I don't really need optional content, right? So we can just do that with a button. And we can just place in the image and then have the path, and it's in, because it's in public, in our public folder, assets, where do we go? Assets, images, video, background.png. Really, and then we just click on open modal. Okay, so I'm just getting actually back into it slowly. I'm not doing so many copy and pastes. I'm starting to actually write code bit by bit, because what I'm doing is I'm not even really doing copy and pastes. I'm asking ChatGPT certain simple questions about certain things that I'm not really clear on, and instead of going to search through a manual or going through a tutorial, I'm asking it. So I've gone through some Tailwind CSS tutorials to just get like a big picture idea of how Tailwind works. In particular, I found all the ChatGPT stuff that tried to do the flex code was just a disaster, so I actually dug into Flex to try and understand how Flex works. Flex row, Flex call, justify center, item center, content center. I used a lot of centers, but that was the kind of process, right? I used ChatGPT to try and find information about certain things. I didn't work very well, so then I went to the tutorials. I picked up on exactly how things worked and continued on that path. So other things like little bits of code that I'm not really that familiar with, because I haven't done React in probably a couple of years, but I've done enough to really kind of get an idea of what's where, right? So I know that there's a state, and I know that there is an effect, and how do the effects work? So okay, let's just refresh my memory. So it really, keep saying this, it's excellent for context switching, right? Yeah, so basically, yeah, I'm just doing that, just going through and trying to build a page in build a website in React. I think it's coffee break time. Not yet. It's get this page done time. Okay, quick animation, transition video play component. That's what we're working on. And we've got the div here. And let's see. Why is that image loading? It's not working. Why is it not working? In the animations, I can use this format to load the animations. And the animations are assets, source assets. Oh, that's source. Oh my god, I put it in the wrong folder. Why isn't it working? Because it's in the wrong folder. Public assets, there we go. Public. No, not that. Public assets. Animations. Let's break the assets. Public images. And this is for asset management, really. Move it. All right, we've got Rive animations. That was it's pretty cool. Like this Rive, the Rive stuff's like, it's kind of a bit all over the place. Rive, the documentation's like somewhat behind in some places. It's not necessarily like the easiest thing to use, but I've got like, I try to just get basic animation, get that working, and that's really it. Just stick with that. Yeah, so, alright. So now we've moved the Rive animations. That means that this thing will need to go. We'll need to fix this animation keys. And where did I have those animation context? So, animations, Rive animation context, that's right. And the animations state. Oh, that was an asset loader. We've got this file called asset loader, loads all our assets. And at the moment, the image assets are just like, here we go. And for images, I'm sure I'll have to do like a caching at some point, but not right now. I just need to get this thing. I need to get the wireframes done first. Dot, but still no image. Images. Maybe I need to maybe I need to reload this. Okay, getting this little white dot in the middle. All right, let's cancel this and reload No, it didn't change anything. All right, div. Let's have a look at what's going on in the divs. See that assets, images, video background. Assets, images, video. I mean, png. It's there. Got the image. It's there. Why isn't it liking it? Do I need to give it like? Does this not work with relative? URL assets. Does that not work with relative addresses to the site? Let's find out. I've never used it before. All right, let's do it. Let's go. Okay. So what do we have here? We have method use inline styles for dynamic images. We have background image URL, image URL. If the image URL is dynamic or not known at build time, you can use inline styles in React. No, I know that. No, replace. Okay, how do I do? Let's ask it. Just so you guys can see what I'm actually asking here, right? I've got like ChatGPT open, and I'm gonna ask it, how do I? In the class name, you're using, what is this called? This is called the code example. It's called CSS background image utility. Using Tailwind CS. Okay, we'll ask it. Using Tailwind CSS background image utility with this, does it work with relative paths to the local server, local host? If not, what's an alternative? So we'll see what it says. Hey Recursed, good to see you. Thanks for following. Got like just doing some coding time on React. I haven't done React in 2 years. So basically, this is giving us the whole module exports, right? Okay, what is this? No, this works. Handling multiple images, background images. We need to do exports. Use absolute paths when possible. If you decide to use Visual, use an absolute path that corresponds to your application's root. That's what I did. No, it's not. It is an absolute path to my local server, right? It is not. Where's the question that I asked? Okay, great question. It always says that. Great question. That's beautiful. In short, using Tailwind may not work as expected in a React application. The reason is that Tailwind's processes in your CSS build time and the URL you provide is inserted directly into the generated CSS without any work. That's fine. Import the image and use inline styles. Place images in the Okay, so I did that. It's public assets, images, video background PNG. Assets, images, video background PNG. What's it done? What doesn't it like about that? Hey guys, thanks for liking my content. Suggest me, say hey. Thanks for. I'm glad you enjoy the content. It's just me having fun, really. I'm just having fun. I'm just experimenting, really. On YouTube, just trying to be myself. Be yourself. Be yourself. And trying to get this to work. Video background. Again, what's wrong with this? I have the image. If I rename this to lowercase, nothing will make a difference. video background. Try that again. That's the image. It's no longer this. It won't be there. Yep, that should be video background. Yep. But it's not appearing. Why not? Is it just too small maybe? Maybe I've made it too small. Feature might be too. What about if I just go, what if I just make it the size, right? Size 32. Oh! Hey, there it is. It's there. We got the image. It's always working. It was always working, but it looks like it's being just rendered not scaled. It's rendered as is, so it's not scaling to the div. Does it really matter? Go flex grow. I don't know if that can work. Oh, if it grows in the Y because that wouldn't work, right? So. Okay, so CSS, Tailwind. Let's look at the Tailwind. Let's not ask our friend ChatGPT. Let's go to Tailwind and work out. Maybe we can discover some things in Tailwind CSS. Image scale. Background size. Use BG cover to scale the image until it use background size. Image. What about images? Image size. Background size, background image, list utility first, fundamentals, so that's the size. BG cover to scale background image. Oh, okay, here we go. Use BG cover to scale the background image until it fills the background layer. Background layer. BG center. Okay, cool. Background image row. Let's figure that. See? This class. Alright. Let's try BG. It's interesting. What does it say? Let's try that. You can't hear me. Oh damn, sorry guys. Let me just fix that up. Hello, testing 1 2 3. Ah, damn, no, that's this. You can try that one. Is that better? That's it. Testing 1 2 3. Hello guys, can you hear me better now? Mosab, how is that? Is that any better, guys? I've been trying to fix the audio. I didn't realize that I actually turned down the Spotify, damn it. I actually turned down my mic and turned up Spotify. Sorry guys. Yeah, sorry about that. Spotify, because I'm recording, I've got like a number of inputs, right? So I've got Spotify and I have my mic. Thanks so much for pointing that out, guys. Thank you. You guys rock. So we have BG. So I was basically, what I'm saying is that I'm using a number of points of input in the space of information to pick up things and understand them and use them effectively. ChatGPT is great to kind of like summarize things at a high level. I don't use it for any more like a simple question like that I would ask I look for in a manual. If I try to do anything more than some of the simple stuff, it just breaks down. You know, I am not using ChatGPT to structure any of the whole Flex stuff. I actually tried to supply it an image and got it to do some Flex stuff. And it worked sort of, but I didn't really understand it. I need to make some changes. So I went and did some tutorials on Flex, Tailwind CSS and all that kind of stuff. And within, I think, a span of 2 weeks, I'm like kind of intermediate advanced now. I've done CSS before, so I know how it works. I've done React before. I know how that works. I think without having done that and understanding how things fit together, it would be a lot more difficult to really get up to speed. And it, you know, For instance, if I wanted to build something in Zig or a new language like Go, I haven't really done much Go. I would actually go through all of the fundamentals first, do a few projects myself before committing to a commercial product. This is actually a commercial project, and I'm working to put it together. So BG image, background image. All right, background image. So what was it? I had it here a second ago. No, that's not what we want. Where was it? It was this one here. BG cover. So that's what we want. BG cover. BG-cover. Let's see what that does for us. No, it doesn't do anything. I think it's still too small. It's like it's shrinking down instead of growing. But I think if I wanted to do that, that would need to be flex, right? No, that wouldn't need to be flex. This is the flex grow text. Actually, this is like here. Padding white. BG cover, BG center. BG cover to scale the background image until fills the background layer. BG contain to scale the background image to the images. See, it's the background, so it's going to fill the background. What about BG auto? I think that's talking about the image itself, not the object, not the container, which is the button. Yeah, again, I think I need to go size auto. Nope. Let's move this here. Size auto. What about if we just make it flex, right? We just go flex. A second until flex, and then we just need to width. Just flex grow. Again, I think it'll go high, right? It goes high. BG. Oh yeah, coding is absolutely a lot of fun when you're having fun. And one of the things in the commercial environment is finding ways in which you can try to have fun within and also deliver the things that you need to deliver. That's, I think, a lifelong skill of, learning how to actually commit and deliver on promises. Because unlike Stardew Valley, I mean, even the guy that did Stardew Valley went through a long time of doing that. But you kind of you have certain restrictions, and you got to find ways to do things quickly. And sometimes it can get stressful when you need to deliver stuff and you're kind of stuck on something. But yeah, I'm trying to, the button class name BG. What if I got BG auto, BG center, background position center. Okay, so there we go. We've got the image in the center now. We've got flex. It's still not what I want, because you can see it's kind of open up like that. I just want to do size 60. What is the issue? Which issue? Just working this particular thing that I'm looking at. I'm looking to set up an image and just basically this is the button image, and I'm trying to scale it. Scale image, scale size, BG center. What about BG center and BG fit? BG fit. No. How do I fit the image then? So BG auto, BG no repeat, BG cover to scale up, BG contain to contain in the container, background size, background origin, background image. So this is the background image, BG none, linear gradients. What about background attachments? To fix the background image relative to the viewport. Okay, that's interesting. So this is, no, we don't need to do that. We just need to clip, no, color, origin. Utilities controlling how an element's background is positioned. Background image. So is there anything else that just says image? We have list style image, background image. Images are block level. Pre-flight. What does pre-flight mean? Pre-flight means it's not actually, it's like beta. Base styles pre-flight. I don't know what pre-flight means. Background. List out images pre-flight. Background image. So it's really just this. So, okay. We've got the image there. It's telling us. So interesting. So this image button is saying BG cover, BG center, which is, that's telling us that's the button, right? Telling us how high. Maybe I made the let's ask it. How do I scale the button? I want to try and figure it out by exploring through this. Okay, so this is auto, displays the image at its default size. BG cover to scale the background image until it fills the background layer. Let's try that. With flex row. This is a stretch, self stretch. Stretch. Flex. No? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's because I made the size 36. That might. Because it's gonna go to the maximum size here, but we can just go, we can try to flex grow and then flex. What about flex row? Interesting. It's stretching, self stretch. I wonder if they conflict. Yeah. Oh no, self stretch. Still not. I think the image is just too big. We've got BG center. Let's just make a BG cover, and that's, yeah, it's just too big. That image. Yeah, look. I mean, BG cover to scale the background until it fills the background layer. Right. Contain. Use BG contain to scale the background image to the outer edges without cropping or stretching. I want to stretch it. How do you do background fit? Arbitrary values. BG length. Let's try that. BG length. Okay, BG. I'd need to get back into that CSS to figure that out. The exact CSS. So BG cover, what's BG length? Is that actually, what about if we make it pix by, see, that doesn't change it, does it? It didn't squeeze it down or anything. That's the length, 200. Length 200. What? Oh, wait a second. Just not copied that across properly. Oh, there we go. There we go. So that's the image. BG no wrap. So no wrap. No wrap. How do I turn off wrapping then? BG center. BG contain. No. BG cover. Okay. That's going to conflict. Yep, it's conflicting now. Okay. So we have the length, and we have to 200 by 100. Okay, cool. Now we've got to figure out how to background repeat, no repeat. Okay, BG no repeat. It's like a game of experimenting. Something works, something doesn't. I don't know. Just keep experimenting, keep trying. How are you guys anyway? How's in Australia we have a holiday, but I'm working on the holiday because there's no rest for the wicked. No repeat. Hey, there we go. That's it. Now we just gotta make it a bit bigger. 300. Oh. 200. Suhaib, very good, thank you. I just went for a run. I had went up for a 15k run this morning, up a little hill. Got back and just got straight into it. I love doing exercise before getting into coding. You're just so much clearer. I'm building a quiz site. Yeah, a quiz game, and these like videos. It's actually a project for a client. They have a very short time frame for it. Yeah. So this flex grow, flex call, justify center. Trying to get this to, was it this 300? Yeah, see that's stretching up because I've got 400, 500. See, it's stretching out, but the div isn't stretching out. Why isn't the div stretching? Needed to. Why is this button shrinking? But if it's stretching out, it's not. What about if we just make this BG? Let's have a look at what this is. Red. Let's see what. Okay, so this. It's not even center aligned, is it? I don't know. We have to tweak that at some point. I'm building the wireframes, so basically going through and I'm building all of the wireframes. Items center, justify around, and this is one of the screens. There's a ton of screens I need to build. Yeah, it's a quiz game. So first thing, build the wireframes, then build the logic and interaction of all the elements, and then style it and make it look nice. So my goal today is to get this working, and another question component. So this question component here, video play component, and toggle component, which is slide out panel. This toggle component that has a slide out panel and select answers, selects the answer component. So yeah, so this video player, for whatever reason, the button is not stretching. I need to stretch. I need this button to stretch out. Like I need this div, this container div to actually stretch out to the end. And I need to work that out. So we have flex grow, and it's, but if we do this self stretch. Oh, it doesn't stretch that out. Oh, if I make this flex. Nope, that doesn't change anything either. What about if I turn off? Okay, so that's gonna grow it in the column, in the height. Flex grow, so push it up. Flex grow out, and we have justify around. But because this is pushing it out, it's pushing it that text to the top also. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, so now it's okay. This is basically what I wanted with the layout. There's a padding component here. There's the button that will go here, and then there's this. So let's see if we can. I think if we make this actually width. $500 pix. Is that gonna work? Okay, nice. Okay, there we're getting somewhere. W length, and then I just don't remember. I just thought that if I could make the height length and then the height would be 300, just like the BG. Hey, okay, that's what we want. They're done. We've got that, and I can just. How would I do this? Flex items center. I'll probably turn this off, and then it should just pop back. Yep, pop back. Done. That's what I wanted to do. So that's all I really wanted to do. And now we can open this and then close it. This will play video. Yep. Done. That screen's done. Let's commit. Got there. Got there in the end. Grow equals 1. Yeah, center the text. Yeah. So basically, because I'm using flex, and all the items are in a column, like this. The way you organize them in a flex is with justify around justify items, content, and align. And they work differently for rows as they do for columns. I'm just kind of discovering it as I go because I haven't used Tailwind and CSS. I'm not an expert in CSS, but it seems like a lot of this is going to be just me exploring CSS. But once you get it, once I know what it needs to look like, right? And so I need to find the little symbols that represent the positioning of things in the layout. But it's exactly the same as iOS Dev, really declarative stuff. It's just the syntax for things is different. I have to say there's just so much more that you can do with this in terms of, but finding the right, I guess, class, we call them in Tailwind CSS, that's the difficult part, just finding the right thing. The concept is the same. I know what I want to do. I know how to structure it. It's just finding the right symbol to do the thing that I needed to do. And so the tools that I'm using at the moment are Tailwind reference manual and also ChatGPT. For my measurement, not to use VI for my measurements. I am using a CSS framework. I'm using Tailwind CSS. Yeah, guys, check this out. I have something interesting to show you. Now, look, I actually tried this. I got Anima, right? And I'm going to show you something very interesting. Here's the lo-fi, right? I can look at this, right? I did this to see if I could use AI to generate the CSS and, you know, plug in Anima, Figma to code, React, HTML, right? And uses AI. Check out this abomination of CSS. Like that. This is the screen, right? This is the screen. I mean, all absolute everywhere. If I ever wanted to make a small change, I would not be able to do it. I actually tried to do this first. I'd be like, let's try and copy and paste it and make some changes and see what happens. Compare this CSS, right? This Tailwind CSS code, like there's dozens of, 50 lines to the actual result that I got here. And this is like not reusable, right? This CSS isn't really using reusable commands. I've got a question mark there. It doesn't know. But compare that to, let's have a look at the game round page, to this, right? So this is the game round page. This is it. Compare that to this. This is the flex that I did to set this up here. You know, like the tools just aren't anywhere near there. It's like, yeah, they're just, and I don't think they will be for a very, 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 very long time. Years, decades, maybe never. I mean, it doesn't know what I want to do at a conceptual level in terms of reducing the number of lines of code and finding the simplest way to achieve the result. It's just nowhere near that. What it's trying to do is it's letter to the letter reproducing this Figma design, right? It's taking this subcomponent here like this and this text. It's just, yeah, like look at this. It's just, and then when it comes to styling it, I will have to change it because this is not a button. This will be a custom control. So I know that in the future I want to make it as simple as I possibly can to style it. And that's not going to happen with, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought, hey, got this opportunity, I can do this job, and I've got these tools to help, and oh shit, they're not anywhere near as advanced as I thought they would be. But one good thing is if I need to know something very simple, you know, I've got a simple question for doing something, I can refer to ChatGPT to just kind of give me options, and then I go from there. I go, okay, here's the options, that makes sense, and then I'm learning at the same time. Like I'm not copying and pasting. I'm taking the code and then just trying to write it out, so I get to pick up the actual way that it works. So we have that. We're going to go to our next component in the GameRound page. Which is, we've got the video presentation. We play the video, and then it goes to the question list. So the question component. We're going to the question, and in this case we go case round state. This is the round, so you get a number of rounds, and you have a number of rounds, and in the round you have a state. So the state goes from one to the next. And so I'm just wireframing each of these to have them ready for the actual state transitions, which will be like pressing a button, go to this place, pressing another button, go to the next. So do the wireframes design, then implement the buttons, and then I kind of got the big picture understanding of how the whole process works. So then I can go in and fill in the styling details with the actual UI. Structures, I find structures so strange and very difficult to understand. Way better to just build it by yourself where you can fundamentally understand it. Yeah, exactly. You have to understand it. Yeah, you have to, when you're building it, if you don't understand what you're building, you'll not be able to change it or edit it. Yeah, and that's why asking ChatGPT for the smallest little chunks, like what I did is I went, give me the summary of how I would do this, right? What components would I need? And I kind of looked at it, and I looked at various options, and I spent the first week kind of fermenting, bubbling up some ideas, and then, yeah. How many years have I been in this, as in coding? How many years have I been coding? Or how many years have I been, how many years have I been doing YouTube videos? Which specifically? Man, I've already been on a 50-minute session. Jeez, time flies when you're having fun. You guys, thanks so much. Yeah, thanks so much for sticking around, enjoying. It makes it all worth it. A question. Okay, good question, and then we return the question component, and that imports it for us. Excellent. So now what we do is we set the default starting state to just question here, and boom, we're at our question page. So now we're going to build our question component, and our question component requires us to have basically a grid. So we go to our favorite little tool to play around with Tailwind, and that's Tailwind Play. And we have Tailwind CSS. So we have this on this side, right? React. Oh, here we got a toggle grid. So we're gonna use a grid anyway, right? Looking for grid template, grid row start end, grid auto rows. Let's have a look. Grid rows. So we want grid rows to BG. One thing I found is like when you're building UI, one good thing to do is set the background of each UI component so you know exactly where it is. It took me a long time to figure that out for some reason. Maybe I'm just slow in some cases. Sometimes the obvious things that, you know, takes you a while. Okay, so YouTube, I'm filming everything on Nikon cameras. I was going to choose between Sony and Nikon, and I have another YouTube channel which is my vlog, just Peter Suvara, and I've been doing that for about 2 years now. This channel has been around for around half a year to a year, and the more I find that I'm just having fun, the better it is. I'm doing another video tomorrow, I think, and that one, I had the idea in my head about it. I did priorities yesterday. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow about. I've got to think about it. I had the idea in the back of my mind. But anyway, so 2 years, but coding I've been doing for 1995, so 10, 20, 30 years, 29 years coding. Started when I was 15. No, actually, started when I was 11, but I didn't really do it fully until I was about 15, so it doesn't count when I did my first bit of coding. So yeah, 30 years just, and I went through a hiatus for about 5 years, 6 years, where I just didn't want to touch code. I wanted to do festivals, promoting music, became a music promoter, doing club events and festivals, and that was great. That was awesome way to learn social skills and business skills. Like that really smashed me. If there's anything in life that smashes you so hard that you kind of like, but you still do it, like I guess I came back to it even after getting smashed by it like twice. I still came back twice, and then I ended up doing some amazing work. But in order to I wanted to have a family and stuff like that, and I realized that doing festivals which is for me, it was going to be tough to support a family doing music, because I'd gotten into it really late. I started with building linked lists in C. The first program I did was in BASIC, but I just wrote out code from the basic programming book on a Commodore 64. But the first thing I really understood when I was about 15, my friend gave me a C book, and in that was learn C in 21 days. And for the next 60 days, I tried to figure out how linked lists work. And that was the most difficult thing I've done. I think the first part of trying to figure out how linked lists work and pointers and what a pointer is, like just sitting there and going over it again and again and again and again, trying to get it to work. And I got it to work. And it was just such a euphoric feeling, like getting it to work and seeing a linked list happening. I set up a little budget program, and then I got into graphics when I was 16, 17. And then 17, at the end of the age of 17, I started working in a video games company. So between 15 and 17, I was just playing around with low-level C. I didn't really pull like a John Carmack. I have a friend of mine who really looked up to John Carmack, and he was a really smart guy. He never went to uni. Amazing guy. I actually am hoping to get in touch with him. We both worked at the same video games company, and he was really into the code and maths and building algorithms. He was really into it, probably more than me. I enjoyed it, but I wanted to do more gameplay stuff, and creating stories. That's why I probably got into YouTube and festivals. I was really more about storytelling than so much coding. So I'm still trying to find my place, right? In terms of how do I fit storytelling with coding. Maybe this is it. Maybe YouTube. No? No, all coding. Like I've done everything. Like when I first got my job, I did C, and then C++, and then assembly. I worked on Game Boy Color games, and then I went to uni and we learned Java, and then I learned Python, and then I learned what else? Lua, and then JavaScript, and then Objective-C, and then I think Swift, and then Kotlin, and yeah, and TypeScript I did a bit. I've done some, and that's it. I think I've done some Scala, just a little bit, and I've done Java. Actually, Java. Yeah, I did a lot of Java back on Android as well. So Android and Kotlin. But the principles always stay the same. That even functional programming, I did a bit actually. Was it what was the name of the language back in uni? I don't remember. I really enjoyed operating systems. I enjoyed that was cool, and also genetic programming and pharmacology, stuff related to chemistry, right? So simulating chemicals and chemical reactions. So. Yeah, I actually really liked assembly, and what you could do in assembly is you can really create some incredible optimizations, and that's what I really enjoyed. I enjoyed like just optimizing stuff so you could make things go fast. Oh, there's something about it. Like you'd use C, and then if you know the assembly to make it, like even you can. It's funny, in all of all of the history that we've done this stuff, there are people that still write assembly to make it more optimal than the C code that you write for doing the same thing, right? And that's because you can find optimizations if you know assembly that you can't find, that compilers or AI tools can't find. Right? There's just when we were working in Game Boy Color, the things that were slow in C we still converted to assembly. Same as Game Boy Advance, same as Nintendo DS. Anything that was really PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and then Xbox. Anything that really needed to be performant at the time was made into assembly. I finished doing game development 2007 around. Did another short stint, another couple of short stints. One with Unity. And yeah, look, I'm not really into building games. Just yeah, I actually really enjoy I enjoy doing film more so than video games. Doing the YouTube videos. But yeah, that's the story. All right, guys, here we go. Oh wow, this is the biggest stream I've had, like 101 views. I mean, it's nothing compared to like the thousands of views people get. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. But guys, what we're being on for let's see, how long have we been going for? We're going for a while. Guys, thank you so much. Actually, we'll just do this grid. Let's just get this grid out of the way. We've got flex call, we've got grid rows 2. This is flex call. And we want, okay, and this will be our grid, right? Another grid div. So this is probably the second week I've been using Tailwind CSS, and after doing a few tutorials and writing the code, I'm already I've got the tools necessary to build what I want to build. Rows 2. We got 2 rows, and this is rows 2. Oh, and we make it flex. I think it's flex, right? How do we do flex book? Do flex like this? Grid rows 2 and grid columns 2. Grid calls 2. How do I need to just do grid here? No. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's it. We do grid calls 2, grid rows 2. Bam. So we've got our, and then row 4, because we need 4 questions. We've got question 1. Question 1. I need to have my apple. Display grid. What? Display. Yeah, display grid is it? Display. No, there's no display. I think it's just grid. This is Tailwind CSS, right? Silver. Alrighty. A Twitch. I had like 1 viewer on Twitch. No one watches on Twitch for some reason. I'm doing the same stream on Twitch, but no one's there. No, I've had 1 viewer the whole time. But on YouTube, we've had like 108 views. Guys, so what do you guys want to see? Like, what do you want to know? What would be something that would What would be something that would interest you, and what questions would you want answered from someone that's been doing this for 30 years? I'll do a video on that. So if you guys can suggest what you want to know about, I will do a video tomorrow. Not a stream, but just a recorded video. Sky 300, PG red. I accidentally duplicated the line. How did I do that? So no one wants any questions answered. any advice or anything? Hello VP Monk, how are you doing? If I'll do a video, I'm doing a video tomorrow, and I'm wondering what you guys would like to know about. I'd be glad to share some insight and help. Any particular insight about anything related to the craftsmanship of coding. Okay, I will do a video tomorrow on that. Well, I actually did a video on that 2 weeks ago. I think I already did that. So I think I already answered that question. Let's see. I already did that in, let's go to the channel. And videos. So you want to be in tech. There we go. Only 73 views. But that one will help. Suhaib. Yeah. That's a kind of like more of a fundamentals, like principles question answer, right? Like where do you reach for at a kind of principle and values level? Not so much tech specifically, but yeah. But guys, like determination, just go for it. Like just the hardest part is knowing what you want, I think, because there's so many things out there that we can have today in today's day and age. We could have so much. Finding out what it is that you want without being distracted by something else that's not interesting, right? I think that's the most difficult thing. It's so easy to just go, oh wow, that's great. You know, I want to do this, and you're like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 year into it, you go, oh wow, that other thing is great. It's like me trying to read a book. I've had to sit down and force myself to read a book on philosophy from a I think it's post-Renaissance philosopher. I've been trying to read for like years, and I'm gonna just do that, finish that, and then I'll read it. Like, I'm trying to read clean code. Read clean code I got here. I don't know. Where am I at? Errors, exceptions, and I did a video about it because I thought exceptions are better than errors as values. And the reason for that is because think about a function, a maths function, right? A maths function does something and returns a value. It doesn't return any error. An error is not a value that you would return. If you have an infinity, you'd return infinity. If you have 0, you'd have 0. But if you have an error, that's an exception. It should not happen, right? An error state, an exception is an exception. It's called exception. It's an exception to the function. So you want to catch that, right? You can catch it, or you don't need to catch it. And then you have exceptions where you can, like, you handle the exception and you fall through, right? You fall through and you go, okay, well, something broke in this function. Let me just return to the state that I was in to continue to be able to continue the process of what was going on. With errors as values, I find that it takes away from what you're trying to do in the function, right? What does the function do? If it doesn't do, if something fails along the way, that you throw an exception. You don't, yeah, I don't know. I just find it easier. Anyway. You should take something from everything, and the thing you enjoy, go for it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so silver. Okay, I will actually. That's a good one. I'm gonna do that. Finding the right path, right? That's really a kind of like a personal question, not so much tech, but I will do that. Finding the right path. And I'll say, yeah, all right, I'll do that. Finding the right path. Should be an interesting day tomorrow. That's it. That's the question component really at an elementary level. I want to add padding. Padding 2. Padding 2. How do I center in grid? Oh, it's already centered for me. And then we have border. Just have a quick border. Black, and then text, Excel, to Excel. Create cloud. Okay, question 1, and then border, I need to add a border. Well, guys, I think, yeah, that's it. And then we add padding. P2. Add padding between them. Oh, I had padding between the. I think I'd use gap. Yeah, gap between, and then I only learned about gap a few days ago, so good that I remembered it. Rounded, small, medium, large. Okay, and that's it. I'm gonna do this, and that's it. I'm gonna wrap up because I've got 2 components out of the way, and then I have 1 left. I think my task list was. What was my task list for today? Task list for today was in my iPad. Yeah. This one. This layout. This one. Done. Yeah. So one more. That's it. The toggles one's half done already. Okay. How cool is that? I can just copy and paste the stuff from the Tailwind Play, and I've got my wireframes, and then I just need to expand and, you know, what this data will have later on. But I've got the core wireframes done. You can do border radius. I'm just doing it just to give it some clarity, like focus, because the actual design was around. Yeah, the design is here, right? So this is. That's the design. So I've done that part. Actually, yeah, I still need to put the title in. Oops. There we go. Interesting that this is. Oh, actually, I need to make that flex too. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. All right, so that will be that. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I need to also add a button down the bottom, which will start the timer. And I'll turn that into a button inside VS Code, but just for now. All right, that's pretty straightforward. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in for my impromptu stream. Really just thought I'd do it. I think it worked out really well. I had a lot of fun. And let's jump on here. I had a lot of fun. Thank you. Thanks. Do I think AI will take? No. No one thinks. No one that's actually used AI will think that it will take anyone's job. What it will do is it will allow us to build websites probably faster, and it will allow you to do more. So you'll be able to do more websites, but it won't be able to build a website. No. No, it would never. Not in the next 10 years it won't be. It'll be like saying, yeah, no, It just won't. It won't. The amount of processing it takes to train. So, the scale that you would need to be able to train to. How do I explain this? The way I look at this, right? The human brain, our brains, have spent billions of years of competitive evolution, right? So, our brains have evolved to be what it is now over so much competition, over so many millions of years, billions of years of energy going into evolving it, right? It is to spend the same amount of time to develop something that's the same thing but using a different technology like a computer is just silly. If you want a human to think, you talk to humans. You don't build AI to be a human. You build AI to be AI for a different thing, to assist, right? The way I like to see it is like there's also something much greater than us that we're part of, and that's our human civilization as a whole, as an organism. It's like an ant does something that's part of an ant colony. It doesn't really know that there's an ant colony and the scale of it. We, as individuals, have no concept of the identity of our civilization. We just know it exists, right? An ant colony might have an ant in a colony might have some neural form of concept that defines what a colony it is, right? But we can't consciously be the organism that we are part of. We can kind of maybe understand it intellectually, maybe connect with it in certain states of mind, but yeah. And I think AI is just a part of that civilization. It's like when a baby starts to grow as from an embryo, it starts developing parts of its systems and brain components, and things appear, and just it's like AI and the stuff that we're building is like our civilization's coming out of its embryonic stage and becoming something more. You know, it's growing. It's very fascinating. Anyway, that was went on a bit of a tangent there, guys. Thank you very much. Love you. Good stuff. Thanks for sticking around. Bye.